Who was probably the most underrated player?
Underrated, somebody who I matched up with. To me, Melo, man.
I would say Melo.
I'd rather guard LeBron, Kobe, T-Mac before Melo.
Yeah, Melo did Melo.
Melo was a problem.
Like, I relish guarding the stars, right? Like, I didn't mind guarding Kobe or Bron, and I actually hated guarding Melo.
I'm talking about Tracy McGrady, MJ, Kobe, LeBron. The way he used to score at every level, I don't know nobody who's better.
This one just trying to get a bucket the whole game. He gonna jab you, shot, you know what I'm saying? He gonna go from the jab to the bully ball, getting the rebound here, like all that, you know what I'm saying?
You feel helpless, like, cause you know no matter how good the defense you play, Melo don't see nobody.
Like there's no one in the world that can stop him. Inside, outside, pull-ups, putbacks, layups, dunks.
He can shoot from outside, he can post up, he can go left, he can go right. He's very strong, he's extremely versatile. And that makes him a tough one-on-one player to guard.
But Melo gonna beat you like he gonna physically he gonna rough you up. Like it's
before the catch.
Before the catch.
He gonna
yeah,
you better get ready.
He used to hurt my chest, cause he bulldog. He a bulldog. Like, he gonna be physical. He gonna post you up. He gonna hit you with a shoulder in the chest. You gonna be hurt after the game. Like, he gonna make you feel this 30.
Oh, he destroying people. Oh, that is amazing. I'd be like, dude, you get lane violation and everything. He don't give a f. Chauncey on the line, nigga, why you going? You ain't missing. You just want to hit it just for no reason.
I remember I switched out on Melo once, dog. He hit me with an elbow. I said, ouch, that hurt.
Melo is by far the hardest player I've ever had to guard.
What made Melo so difficult, though?
He knows how to impose his will on the game, and I think that's what made him much tougher. And then he's getting picks and screens and set for him. Like in New York, you might hit 3 or 4 screens before he even gets the ball. By the time you get off the screen, you dead because you tired. And now he's just taking advantage of all that. You know what I'm saying? Eating up the space. And then like in Denver, I played against both Melos. So in Denver, that baseline Melo was crazy. That logo Melo was stupid. You know what I'm saying? He might
feature them more over there.
Yeah, he might shot fake you jump and go past and dunk that on the whole team. You know what I'm saying? So that's why he was like so much tougher than everybody else to guard, because you never knew what you were gonna get. He has so much in his game, and he can shoot from all over the court.
Post up, got footwork, mid-range is impeccable. Shoot the 3, athletic, can dunk on you. Can get to the basket, handles like a point guard. Like, I'm just saying, everything, like whatever you wanted, I got you.
You taking him over KD?
Yeah, because I haven't seen KD like go off in the post like I've seen Melo go in the post.
I agree.
Melo, I've seen Melo score everywhere, bro. And I'm pretty sure a lot of dudes would say that, man, especially dudes who really played against this man.
For sure.
How good was Melo?
Man.
Yeah, Melo was a problem.
Melo was no point guards. He always got in the post, bang. And once he got that feel, he gonna shoot that long 3. So yeah.
If he had that 17-footer face up going, it's game over. If he was able to post up and he had that jumper working that night, there's nothing you can do. I can finally remember many nights from Denver Melo to New York Melo to him being an absolute nightmare.
His size, man, and his strength, and he knows how to use it. So, he throws his weight around. If you look at the game, you look at some of the other players, LeBron James, Wayne Wade, some of these other guys, they're either all the way to the basket or long range. Melo can post up, can finish at the rim. He has a mid-range game. He has a 3-ball game. He can pull up left, can pull up right, step back left, step back right. That gives you a lot of options as an offensive player. And as a defender, you got to try to pick which one you want to use to throw him off the rhythm. But it's tough, though, because he's comfortable doing all of those things.
He was definitely one of them small/power forwards that could have played back in like the 90s era. Melo, that young fella gets buckets. Physical, too. Yeah. He don't shy away from the physicality. Especially when he's at Syracuse, he was way more athletic than he was, of course, ended up in the league.
The first time I seen Melo play in person was in New York at Madison Square Garden. We were in the same tournament. We didn't play each other, but we was in the coaches versus cancer tournament to start the year off.
I'm thinking I'm one of the best players in college, and I hear about this kid who's supposed to be the best player in college, and I'm like, let me check him out.
I'm kind of hating a little bit. I'm like, let me see what this is.
And he older.
I'm older, so I'm sitting here and I'm watching. You had like 30. You were getting to the money, it looked so easy. And I was sitting there like, damn. Like, I ain't never seen this up close and personal. You were doing it with a smile, you were doing it with a flair, you were just hooping. And I was like, this is the best basketball player I watched with with my own eyes because, man, I ain't seeing MJ and all with my own eyes, but in my own eyes, I'm like, this is the best player I've ever watched. I walked away from there like, yo, this is the #1 pick in the draft next year.
Yeah. It was dope, man, seeing the boy development. He was still a kid. I'm saying, seeing his development. Very, very talented, man, score. No, just seeing the way he could put that ball in that basket, man, effortlessly. And his work ethic, man, gym rat. So, no matter what it was, man, he's always working on that craft, man. So, shout out to Youngin.
Me and Melo was the highest scoring duo in the league at the time.
How talented was that team?
Man, I was about to say.
Melo, you, Kenyon.
When I tell you practice was a movie every day. And it was crazy because this is right after Kmart came from Jersey. This is the second knee surgery. And he came back jumping higher.
Yeah, crazy.
I was like, man.
He was a monster.
Then we got MC, long as blocking. Give me that, give me that.
Yeah.
AR, then Chauncey came. It was like, it was wild.
Man, it was so much fun. I feel like at the time, I was like 32, into my prime, still good, but I can't really carry the team. But he could carry it every night, you know what I mean? I really needed him, and he was unstoppable.
People don't understand he could give it to you on 3 levels, however you wanted it.
I mean, it was incredible. This dude was the most talented dude I ever seen, ever played with. And I needed him at that time in my career, and he obviously needed me too. So it was literally perfect. And he listened, and Melo, he never missed a practice. He practiced hard. He come to work every day. It was beautiful. I just was like, damn, why they can't get over the hump?
We had a coach that was able to manipulate our minds, so we weren't mature enough to be like, yo, man, let me holler at you real quick. Such and such said this, let me talk to you, bro. You know what I mean? Opposed to, oh, that's what he said? That's how you feel? All right, bet. Well, I'm going to go get my 35, or I'm going to go get my 20-something, and then it kind of wedged the gap within everybody into almost just get your stats.
Chauncey was like a sigh of relief because of who we had as a handicap as a coach. You know what I'm saying? Like, so Chauncey didn't let him it up, basically.
Right. But then, you start to just make people refocused. And I come, and you know how I come. You know how I am anyway. I'm every day with it. So I think they kind of understood, like, damn, it's a new sheriff. Like, we gotta square up a little bit. And it was so much fun. It ended up being one of my most fun seasons, being able to help turn that thing around.
So Chauncey knew time, score, who needed to do what. He got everybody involved at first. Of course, Melo go get his touches throughout the game, but in the fourth quarter, it's like 15, take us home. So that was dope for him to be that and to run the show. And that's what was the difference, man.
I think we get so caught up in how this leader does it, how that leader does it. Melo is his own version of a leader. Melo was one of those guys that I've never felt so safe. As far as the games went on, I started realizing this dude will really take the blame for everything.
Off the court, he don't get enough credit for somebody that can deal with noise, somebody that could withhold comments and not hide behind their work, but let the work speak for them. And somebody that finally, when he does speak, doesn't lie. He won't lie, and he won't blame. And there's times that I literally have told him, bro, why you don't just say what happened like that? You know what I mean? If I'm yelling at him, I'm like, bro, why don't you just say it? And he would just, that's not on me to do that to that man. It's not my job to take food out of another man's mouth. I'll take the blame. Even if it's coach's fault, they'll fire him, they ain't gonna fire me. I'm gonna trust in my work ethic that I could fix this. Like, he'll take the L. This time Melo done took heat. And I'ma just keep on, I know it wasn't falling tonight, but and I respected that. I know I could take everything, harbor it, and I could make stuff happen, so I'm gonna continue to do that. And when me and him had that understanding, that's what made me and his relate. That's why my respect for Melo as a player came, because I used to be the guy that was always over his shoulder like, man, you gotta get a ring, or else they gonna talk about you like this, And he would always tell me that's not his focus. His focus is on playing the game the right way, bring it to a team, and if he get it, he get it. But he can't live in his career thinking that way.
Melo was, one of the guys for me. That 03 draft class is special for me. I was like 6, 2006 is probably when I fell in love with basketball. So, LeBron has always been my guy, Carmelo, D-Wade. And I remember my first ever preseason game was against the Blazers, against Carmelo. And I got him on the switch, and I lost the ball. I couldn't even dribble. I was so shook. So that's what that picture is. It's like I lost the ball and picking it up. Like, oh, where do I go now? But now I have, great relationships with those guys. And anytime I see Melo, it's nothing but love. So
loved watching Carmelo growing up. I love watching him play. I wanted to see in person how he created his space. Because, it's always one thing to see it on tape, but when you're actually playing against, you get to see their footwork and how he utilizes his body. And like, I'll never forget that. So he like jabs me. I'm like, oh no, he didn't go. Pump fakes me. I kind of raised, jabbed me again, and then shot the shot. And I was like, man, like, that was a tough move. Like, man, I need to like try to add that to my bag.
I had to guard Melo in Boston. He was trying to tell me in shoot around, yo, listen, TA, he gonna do this, he gonna do this. But normally in shoot around, you slapping me in my head, trying to trip me, you trying to hee and ha play, you getting me in trouble with Doc. I'm like, calm down, P, I'm listening.
You ain't listening.
And I ain't listen. I'm like, all right, we about to give you 40.
You ain't want to listen.
Luckily, through the grace of God, man, you know, I played hard, you know, played the whole game. Guess what Melo finished with? 40.
I didn't play that. That's cold.
Denver middle was crazy. It was at the beginning of my career, so I was young, was skinny, and it was my job. I was starting, but I had to guard the best opponent. He had everything. He was strong first, but post up, drive, threes, pull up, ISO, jab, like turnaround, body ball, like everything. I mean, I always say he's the toughest guy I had to guard in my career.
One of the most ferocious first steps of any player I've ever played against in my 14 years. His tenacity to want to help his team win, attention to detail and skill set. I think when he is done playing basketball, people will realize how good he really was and just an absolute animal and competitor.
I mean, he's a Hall of Famer. You know, I think it's more disappointing that people are surprised by it. And we brought him here because we knew he would make a difference for our team, and he's been doing that. So no surprises here. We expect that from him, and, you know, I'm glad that he's here to come through for us in those big situations.
He a bucket. Like, that's what he is. Like, and I understand situations that went whatever, he went certain ways, but he's still Melo. He still got a lot in his tank. He still can play this game. I think the situations haven't went in his favor, but I think the talk, the slander is crazy to me sometimes.
The guy has endured a lot from the media, but never changed. And a guy, I think, when we look back 20 years from now, we'll say we didn't appreciate Carmelo Anthony enough.
Well, we got a break into action. Obviously, biggest news today, Carmelo Anthony announcing his retirement.
Yeah. It's unfortunate, man. I think he still got a lot of game left, but you got to look out for yourself and your mental and your well-being after a while, man. Hats off to him. Great career, man. Spent a lot of time with him, a lot of years grinding and battling together. Nothing but respect and admiration for the work that he's put in, his career.
How tough you think it was this year not being on the roster? Obviously, he looked like he could still play. He could play somewhere in this league.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know where, but do you think that weighed on him at all a little bit just to make this decision?
Yeah, just from the last few years, man. Just from him having to fight to get back in initially, him having to continue to have to prove himself. I'm saying like he hasn't done what he's done in this league. Like what surefire Hall of Famer has to continue to prove themselves that he can play this game at the highest level, that he's willing to do what it takes to fit in.
I just wish that, you know, he would have got a chance to finish his career, like every arena he played in, everyone get to give their farewell.
Yeah.
You know, that's the only thing that I be hating when someone who's put 16, 15 something years into the league, they don't get to go out with that last year. And I think I don't know if it was us, did we have that discussion, where would Carmelo get his jersey retired from? You know what I mean? He's gonna be one of those players that's like, it'll be him, Chris Paul. They're in this middle realm where they haven't played enough with one team to get their jersey retired. You would think Denver.
But the Cola wearing 15.
Yeah, so then you would think New York. So, you know, this Hall of Famer, first ballot Hall of Famer can go without getting his jersey retired.
That's crazy.
And that's up.
That's crazy.
Do you see a world where they can retire?
His jersey is not being retired there. That's Joker's retirement.
Joker push him out the paint.
Two-time MVP?
I'm just
So this is what I'm saying. So you could be top 75 ever and not get your jersey retired?
Yes.
That's
I think it's an instance where you have to double retire. I do, personally. I think that they need to put Melo up, and then ultimately Jokic has to go up shortly after. But to my knowledge, the Nuggets have never made to the Western Conference Finals. Melo took them there in 2009. I think as of right now, he's not the best player in organization history. He's number 2. So I don't understand how you couldn't have him in the rafters. But I'm sure they'll take care of it in due time. Definitely a Hall of Fame career, and congrats to him.
Just recently, Carmelo Anthony officially named in the Hall of Fame class of 2025.
Melo, probably one of the most aggressive offensive players that we've ever seen. Man, just some of his old matchups I used to watch, bro. He was just way more physical specimen in every matchup that he played. It didn't matter who he played, with Bron, with P, it doesn't matter. He was, man, I'm talking about one of the better scorers too. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Melo get enough, but Shout out to Melo, man, this body of work, man.
You know, shout out to Melo, man, one of the greatest to ever do it, dog. I don't think he get his just due of what he's accomplished and what he was able to do in the NBA and college. One of the greatest freshman runs. I remember that like yesterday. So shout out to Melo, congrats. Man, you deserve everything you got, brother.
Watching you in the NCAA tournament at Syracuse, you became one of my favorite players. When we met on Bourbon Street in 2003, you became one of my favorite people. We know what you mean to us, to your children, to your family. But we also know what Melo means to the culture. Stay connected, stay vigilant, but more importantly, stay mellow.
I just want to say congratulations, my brother. I mean, where do I start? Is it us all the way back in high school, sitting outside that hotel, man, all the way to the battles that we had together. I could sit here and talk for hours and hours and hours. And I'm just so proud of you, man, and so blessed and humbled to be a part of your journey. You're one of the greatest players I've ever seen play. From the very moment I saw you, all the way to me teaming up with you, with the Lakers, man. You've always been one of the greatest I've ever seen play the game. I just want to say congratulations to you, to your family, everything that you accomplished, everything that you've been a part of, your whole journey. I'm looking forward to opening some great vino, smoking a nice cigar in celebration of you. Salute, brother.